Yes. So during pandemic, I mean, the students, they were finding it very difficult to switch from offline to online mode, and there was a lot of mental pressure at how are we going to cope up with such kind of activity, because students have never, students had never been able to attend online classes, and they did not like online classes as such, and it was not at all the mode of education earlier, just before COVID-19. Now there was also a lack of physical interaction with the teachers, and students were complaining that maza nahi aata online classes ke andar, and they even used to struggle for clearing their concepts. But then teachers, kudos to them, because they tackled these problems very efficiently. They interacted with the students on a one-to-one basis, personal basis. And the good news was that it was a timely completion of syllabus. So the syllabus of board exams was completed way before the term one exams in school which were conducted. Now timely conduction of exams and workshops were also conducted. Keep the students entertained, and keep the students engaged and mingled with the school. Now we also maintained online class strength. Obviously, we did not compromise on the quality, and there were regular doubt solving sessions, and this is how we took care of the students during the pandemic situation. Post pandemic, students also face some apprehensions that whether we should go to the school. We are online, comfortable in online now, because we have spent almost 2 years in online education. Now switching on to offline was again a difficult task. Of course, safety was a major concern for parents as well as the students. They were also confused about the new education system, new examination system to be particular, because in this new examination system, as we all know, the examinations are conducted in 2 sessions. Like in the first session, which is going to be conducted in December, and later on the next session will be conducted somewhere in March or April. But school made sure, and it ensured that let me just switch off my video so that you guys can see on the what is on the right hand side. So yeah, thermal scanning, sanitization, and everything was made available in the school itself, and we made sure that every child who comes to the school was sanitized, and who has sanitized his hands properly, then only he was allowed to enter the school. And there was a smooth transition of students from the old campus to the new campus. As we all know that this is the new campus. It's a very beautiful building and self-sustaining infrastructure which is there present. Now, also guided education started as the teachers, students face-to-face interaction started. What teachers had a role to play with during, after the post-pandemic situation, was that teacher ensured comfort and assurance to the students. Attendance was totally satisfactory. Hardly there were 2 or 3 students which were absent during the sessions, but otherwise every student was present, and that is a very big win-win situation for all of us. Now there was a smooth transition to new campus, like I said, and students also participated in various co-curricular activities that you can go through our sessions, or go through our activities on Instagram and Facebook page, daily test and revision tests. Now this is important because this was done to keep in mind, by keeping in mind the examination which was going to be conducted in the month of December. So daily tests, weekly tests, subject-wise test, and chapter-wise test, and obviously full course tests, all of them were conducted in the school. There were regular doubt-solving sessions and regular doubt-clearing sessions. Also, apart from that, remedial classes were also conducted in the school. So those students who required special attention and special need, for them remedial classes were conducted in the school. Now, completing this, the most important thing that we are waiting for right now is, like, this information is for the parents whose children are in 10th as well as 12th, or maybe one of the kid will be studying in 10th and the other kid will be studying in 12th. So these are the exam dates. I want you to just have a screenshot of this particular slide. So the first exam for class 10th is today. It has already started. These children are having Gujarati exams today. Now, next exam will be on 25th, but the major exams will start from 30th of November, which will be the first exam, social science. Make sure you just remember this subject code. It might be necessary. These are all the dates. Just take a screenshot and make yourself acquainted with this thing. All right, next, moving on to class 12th exam dates. These are the exam dates for us, and we have to strictly follow these dates. Make sure that you take a printout of these dates and post it or paste it on your room, somewhere on the wall, somewhere on the back side of the door, so that you don't forget which exam is when is which exam, right? So don't get panicked, because sometimes what people do is, I mean, I have seen a lot of students, preparing for, let's say, there is a chemistry exam on 14th, but students might not be knowing, and they will be preparing for, let's say, physics exam. So when they arrive at the exam hall, then they realize, oh my God, today is chemistry exam and I have prepared for physics exam. It is a blunder now. Now nothing can be done. So please don't make such mistakes. Just take a screenshot of this exam dates. And also you might be having exam dates from the CBSE websites. Just take a screenshot, take a printout, and post it on your wall or your or the backside of a door, and keep on revising it. These are the important examination guidelines that we have to follow. One thing that is very good for all of us is that school is the center. So, no need to worry. Students, they do not need to panic, as well as the parents, they do not need to panic, because your child will be giving exam in a known environment. So he already knows the school, and he has been in and out in the school for practical exams, practicals and as well as examinations which were conducted in the month of October or September. Now, emotional support, yes, of course, it will be provided by the teachers as well as the school. So no need to panic again. I'm telling you. Now, traffic guidelines will be followed, because on the day of exam, they will be completely haywire, and a lot of students will be coming on the same day. So we need to keep in mind that clear the road as quickly as possible. Now, it is just 1.5 hour exams. So plan your work accordingly. It is for the parents. School uniform and hall ticket is mandatory for the students. I'll come on to this in the question answer round, but school uniform and hall ticket is mandatory for the students. Make sure you print your hall ticket. You have collected your hall ticket from the school and kept it in your pouch and kept it in a safe place. Don't make such mistakes as of forgetting the hall ticket and coming to the school on the very exam day, because that will be a very panicky situation, and you might end up losing very important marks in your exams. So make sure कि hall ticket हमारा ready रहे हमेशा, और जिस दिन exam हो हम सबसे पहली चीज hall ticket जरूर रखें वहां पर. We have allowed water bottles, stationery pouch, writing pads, etc., but make sure they are transparent. ट्रांसपेरेंट होने चाहिए वो. कोई भी ऐसा अगर मटेरियल आता है जो ट्रांसपेरेंट नहीं है तो वो अलाउड नहीं होगा. वाटर बॉटल्स व्हिच आर कलरफुल, दे विल नॉट बी अलाउड इन द स्कूल. Also, water will be available in the school, but if you want to drink water from your water bottle, then make sure it is a transparent water bottle. Mask and sanitizer, of course, it will be provided by the school. Sanitization will be carried on when you will enter the school. But apart from that, it is a good practice to keep your own hand sanitizer, as well as mask is mandatory, because without mask, nobody will be allowed to enter the school. Now, 12 students per class will be allowed in the class. So in a class at a time, only 12 students will be there. So we should be mentally prepared that we have to do a lot of hard work. Hindi language question paper, although it is not required, but in few cases, if students demand Hindi language question paper, then it will be provided. Otherwise, we all are good with the English language, right? Next, there is a slight change in the question paper itself. Earlier, when we got the sample question paper from the board, there was something like this question number 1. It says, who is the Prime Minister of India? It might be having some options A, B, C, D. Now, or another question was posted, who is the President of India? Now, this question was not numbered earlier in sample question paper. This question was not numbered earlier. This question was question number 1. So Prime Minister could be someone else, and President will be someone else. So let's say for question number 1, if you are trying to answer this Prime Minister of India, the option number B is correct. But when you try to answer the President, then obviously option B will not be correct. Option C or D may be correct. So you will be choosing option C and D. But then it would have created a big mess. That is why what CBSE has done is that they have changed this question paper altogether. Now you will get your questions like this. Every question will be numbered. So who is the Prime Minister of India? You will be getting question number 1. Who is the President of India? This will be the question number 1. Numbering will be done. In earlier sample question papers, numbering was not done. So this makes life easier, and we'll come on to OMR part when we'll have to encircle our choices. I'll come on to that, and we'll be discussing it in detail, how you have to do and what you have to do, especially what not to do. Next is examination duration is 90 minutes. Apart from that, 20 minutes extra reading time will be given to all of you. So Make sure you keep practicing. Children with special needs, they will be given extra 30 minutes apart from the regular time. And rough sheets, of course, they will be provided by the school during the exam if required. And all candidates, this means rough work you have to do in the rough sheets. You do not have to mark anything on the question paper, as well as OMR, which is not required. Right, apart from things which are not required on the question paper as well as on the OMR, you are not going to mark anything. So, and also don't use pencil. All candidates will face the board, and seat used on the previous day will not be used for the next day. So if you're, let's say if you're sitting in some hall and some seat number, so the next day when you come for the next exam, you will not be able to sit on the very same seat. So this is ensured, this is done to ensure no unfair means is done in the examination. Next, please take a screenshot of this very particular slide, because this is a very important slide. This is the schedule of examination, what you will be doing on the examination day. So we will be allowing the candidates to enter the examination center, not the exam room. We will be allowing the candidates to enter the examination center, which is school, but not in the examination rooms, from 9:45 to 10:45 a.m. From 9:45 to 10:45 a.m. you will be allowed to enter the school, but you will not be allowed to enter the classrooms. Entry in the classrooms will only start at 10:30. Start of the entry by candidates in examination rooms will be from 10:30 to 10:45. Last entry in the examination center will be 10:45 a.m. Who's this? Yes, so last entry in the examination center will be 10:45 a.m. After this, no requests, nothing will be entertained by the school. I'm sorry to say, but your child has to enter the classroom by 10:45 a.m. No later than that. After 10:45 a.m., checking of admit cards will be done from 10:45 to 11 a.m. 15 minutes. 12 students are there. It will not take much time. Question paper distribution, again, it will start from 11 a.m. to 11:10 a.m. From 11:10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., this will be your reading time. 11:10 to 11:30. These are the important timings. 11:30 to 11:30 will be the reading time, and finally your exam will end at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. 1 p.m. All right, please take a screenshot of this particular slide so that we can move on to the next one. Fine. Now there will be a bell schedule that you have to follow. Say for example, at 10:45 a.m. exactly, when the last student has to enter the examination room, that is 10:45 a.m., a long bell will be rung. There will be a long bell. Now distribution of OMR also, there will be a long bell so that students get to know that we are now being distributed with the OMR and question paper. Distribution of the question paper, single bell. Commencement of the examination, a long bell will be pressed, that is exactly at 11:10. After 1 hour, a single bell will be rung. 10 minutes before the exam concludes, there will be a single bell, and closing of the door will take place with a single bell. And finally, the exam will conclude with a long bell. So make sure you take a screenshot of this slide also. All right, now this is the most important part which we all have been waiting for. This is the OMR sheet. This is how it will look. OMR sheet, on the top corner, top left hand side corner, this portion will be pre-filled by the board exam. CBSE board. This will be pre-filled. So your roll number will be printed, your roll number in the digits and words will be printed, date and day of examination, your center name and number, your subject, your name, your father's name, and school name and school code. So this will all be printed in the OMR sheet. You don't have to write anything here. Just make sure that you verify the information on this particular OMR sheet. So just verify the information, whether your name is correct or not, your father's name and all these details are correct or not. Then on the right hand side, this is a space where you are provided with a question paper code. Blank space will be there. There are 2 slashes. In the question paper that you will be given by the CBSE board, there will be a question paper code printed on the right hand top corner of the question paper. That same code you have to write in these blank spaces. So question paper code will be provided to you in the question paper top right corner, and that same question paper code you have to write it here. here this is a very important space. Here, make sure your OMR sheet contains the stamp of center superintendent. A stamp of center superintendent should be there. Facsimile stamps will be there. Make sure your OMR sheet contains that, because if your OMR sheet does not contain a stamp of the center superintendent here, your OMR sheet will not be graded at any cost. So the moment you get your OMR sheet, just check whether you are getting a stamp of the center superintendent here. And if you don't get it, then immediately inform the invigilator so that necessary process can be taken out. Next, coming on to the second part of the OMR sheet, these are the places where you have to mark your answers. On the left hand side, question numbers will be given in this column. Then for response, you are given A, B, C, D, 4 options. There is an asterisk mark, star marks, mark. In this star mark, you have to write your correct option attempted. So say for example, in question number 1, you think that B is the correct option, then you have to encircle B and then you have to write it in the box. Like you have to write B here. This hashtag will be used when you are not attempting any question. So say for example, a student wants to attempt only 1, 2, 3 question and he does not want to attempt question number 4, then he moves on to question number 5. And what he can do is, in question number 4, he will not do anything in these boxes, but he will encircle here, just below the hashtag mark. Question number 4, he will encircle it. He will encircle it to make sure that he has not attempted. If you do not do this, I'm repeating it, I'm telling you, this is a serious thing. If you do not encircle a question which is not attempted, your entire OMR, your entire question paper will be considered in unfair means. Even if you have not done anything, your paper will be considered in unfair means. So please make sure, this is a very important point. If you do not attempt a question, encircle here under hashtag mark. Under hashtag mark. Also, since different subjects will be having different number of questions, we are given 60 options, 60 questions. Let's say in some paper there are only 55 questions. Rest questions 56, 57, 58, 59 and 60, these are not at all in the question paper. Then also you have to encircle 56, 57, 58, 59, 60 under hashtag mark. Under hashtag mark. Please make sure that you do it, because then your paper again your paper will be considered in unfair means if you do not do that. I hope this is clear. Again, I will be explaining some of the details in OMR sheet, how to mark correct responses. I'll be coming to that also. Next, after completing this, we'll come to this later. After completing this, this is the portion where you have to write the statement given above. Now, this statement is, I confirm that all particulars given above are correct. This will be printed in your OMR sheet. In your running handwriting, you have to write this statement here in the space provided. And after writing it, you have to put your signature here, candidate signature in running hand. So make sure these two things are done. Ensure right before, just the moment you get your OMR sheet, just complete the formalities and you are good to go. The space which is provided here is not for you. This is for office purpose. Total correct answers here, evaluator, coordinator, everything, it belongs to the the administration. So don't do anything here. Just write your write this statement in your handwriting here and put your signature there. Now, after your exams are over, the result will be declared as and when CBSE gives a date. Once the term 1 exams are over, they will be declaring your exams results. They will be giving dates. So even we are hoping, we will be waiting for that. Only marks scored by the candidates will be informed. The student will not be graded on the, he will not be placed in the category of pass, compartment or essential repeat category based on this term 1 examination. Of course, these marks, they will be added on to term 2 examination and then your final result will be prepared. So consider this as a very serious exam. A final result will be declared after April examination, that is term 2 examination. Let me just go on to OMR sheet. once again, and let me just show you what all ways are there to marking your correct options. All right, so I hope my screen is visible to you. All right, we'll start with this particular option. So in this option, let's say in situation number 1, you are trying to attempt question number 1 and you have encircled option number A, but this will not be graded because it is encircled with the help of a pencil. So do not use pencil on the OMR sheet. Make sure you encircle these boxes using only black or blue ballpoint pen. Black and blue ballpoint pen only, nothing else. No gel pens are allowed. So encircle the circles completely, and also with the black or blue ballpoint pen. No pencils. Also, in the situation number 2, what this student has done wrong is, let's say option number B he thought is the correct answer, so he encircled option number B with the black or blue ball pen, but then he forgot to mention his answer in this space provided here. So this is the space where you have to write your option also. The correct answer has to be written in this box. So that is why this type of encircling will not be considered for evaluation. In situation number 3, student might have thought that option number B is correct. Also, he put his right answer in this space provided here, in the box provided here. Then it will be considered that it is a valid response and you will be evaluated based on this. Now, in this particular situation number 4, let's say a student does not want to attempt this question. So what he has to do is he can leave all these spaces blank, and then he has to mandatorily circle the hashtag circle. So hashtag वाला circle हमको यहाँ पर encircle करना है, so that people, so that the board examiner gets to know कि हमने ये question attempt नहीं किया है. Alright, next चलते हैं. जैसे कि मान लो आपको स्टार्टिंग में लगा कि मेरा बी ऑप्शन करेक्ट है, एंड देन यू चेंज योर माइंड कि नहीं यार मैंने रिवाइज किया था, मुझे पता चल गया कि मेरा ऑप्शन सी करेक्ट है. अब अगर आपको चेंज करना है आपका आंसर, तो यस, गुड थिंग इज कि हम लोग चेंज कर सकते हैं. बी से आप सी में चेंज कर सकते हो. आप सी को सर्कल कर दो और फाइनली ये जो बॉक्स आपको दिख रहा है ना, उसमें करेक्ट आंसर आपको मार्क करना है. That correct answer has to be marked in this space provided. ये जो स्पेस आपको गिवन है, इसके अंदर आपको सी लिखना भी है, तभी आपका आंसर इवेल्युएट होगा. सो अगर बी नहीं लगता कि बी मेरा करेक्ट आंसर नहीं है, आपने सी को चूज किया, सी यहाँ पर आप लिखोगे, तभी आपको इस क्वेश्चन में मार्क मिलेंगे. नेक्स्ट, अगर मान लो ऐसा होता है कि आपने सोचा बी मेरा करेक्ट आंसर नहीं था, आपने बी को सर्कल कर दिया था, फिर आपने यहाँ पर बी लिख दिया था, then once you were revising your question paper and your answers, you realized कि मेरा तो ऑप्शन सी करेक्ट है. सो अभी आप सी को एनसर्कल करोगे, बट ये बी को काट के आप सी करोगे, ये ग्रेड नहीं होगा. सो जो भी आंसर आप इस बॉक्स में लिखोगे, फाइनल आंसर है वो. दिस इज योर फाइनल आंसर. सो मेक श्योर यहाँ पर कोई गड़बड़ नहीं करनी है आप लोगों ने. एनसर्कल करेंगे हम लोग सी को, एंड यहाँ पर सी हम लोग लिखेंगे. वी विल राइट सी. Overwriting not allowed, not at all, not allowed. So there are 3-4 checklists and 3-4 methods that your in which your OMR will be evaluated. Please don't do overwriting, क्योंकि वो question ही आपका valid नहीं होगा. No overwriting, please. So इसीलिए I'm telling you guys कि जो भी आंसर आप मार्क करोगे, बहुत सोच समझ के आंसर्स मार्क करना. ऐसे हल्के में मत आंसर्स मार्क कर लेना, ऐसे करके नहीं चलेगा. This will be a wrong way of marking your answer. Next, this is the correct method. Let's say option B आपने किया, आपने इसको encircle किया and आपने इसको बॉक्स में भी डाल दिया. That's yes, आपका ये क्या बोलते हैं, आंसर इवेल्युएट होगा. This is your correct answer. जैसे let's suppose B और C वाला ऑप्शन मैंने आपको बता दिया है. So 11:30 अभी हो रहा है, and this is a long bell that you will be hearing on your exam day. अभी जस्ट आपने एक लॉन्ग बेल सुना होगा. 11:30 हुआ है, एग्जाम टाइम हो गया, अभी एग्जाम स्टार्ट होने का टाइम हो गया है, राइट. सो आपको भी ऐसी एक बेल सुनाई देने को मिलेगी. Anyways, so this is the correct method. B नहीं लगा, आपने C को सर्कल किया और C को फिर आप जब बॉक्स में डालोगे that will be your correct answer. अच्छा, ये चीज नहीं चलेगी कि आपने B को एनसर्कल किया है, आपको लगता भी है that B is the correct answer, but you forgot to write your option in this C, in this box. You forgot to mention it. तो वो आंसर हमारा इवेल्युएट नहीं होगा गाइस. मोटी मोटी बात ये है कि इस डब्बे के अंदर हमको लिखना है अपना आंसर, जो भी होगा हमको लिखना है. अगेन जैसे एक तरीका ये भी है कि अगर मान लो हम लोग भूल जाते हैं एनसर्कल करना या फिर लास्ट में हमारे पास टाइम नहीं होता है, वैसे तो इस सिचुएशन को आई होप कि ऐसा पैनिक सिचुएशन नहीं आए किसी भी बच्चे के लिए, बट अगर ऐसा कोई सिचुएशन आ जाता है कि जब हम लोग ये सर्कल को यहाँ पर नहीं लगा रहे हैं और सीधा हम लोग यहाँ पर आंसर मार्क कर रहे हैं, तब भी आपका आंसर इवेल्युएट हो जाएगा, तब भी आपका आंसर इवेल्युएट हो जाएगा. बट दिस आई सजेस्ट कि आप लोग ये मेथड से तो अलग ही रहो, दूर ही रहो. लास्ट ये वाला पॉइंट नहीं चलेगा. लास्ट में जब भी आपको कोई क्वेश्चन छोड़ना है, आपको हैशटैग वाले को एनसर्कल करना ही है. Yes, so this is all from my side. These are the examination guidelines that we have to follow. Now we can take up some questions from the audience side. आई होप OMR वाला सेक्शन तो पूरा आप लोगों को क्लियर हो गया होगा कि OMR में हमको आंसर्स कैसे मार्क करने. ओवरऑल जो मोटा मोटा बॉक्स है ना हमारा रेक्टेंगुलर बॉक्स, उसके अंदर हमको अपने ऑप्शंस मार्क करके आने हैं. यस, कैन वी हैव द क्वेश्चंस इफ एनी?
सर, जो हमारी स्कूल की एग्जाम हुई थी उसके मार्क्स हमको मिले ही नहीं है.
क्या बेटा? पर्युषा, कॉन्टैक्ट सिंधु मैम.
ओके.
Yes. Any more questions related to board exams? आपको जो भी मटेरियल लाना है that has to be transparent material, चाहे वो स्टेशनरी का पाउच हो, चाहे वो राइटिंग पैड हो, चाहे आपकी वाटर बॉटल हो, it has to be transparent. जिस दिन आप एग्जाम देने आओगे आपको 9:45 से 10:45 के बीच में वहां पे पहुंच जाना है एग्जामिनेशन सेंटर में. 10:45 के बाद बिल्कुल अलाउ नहीं किया जाएगा अंदर. 10:45 is the last time to entry. Can we wear watch during our exam? Watch पहन सकते हैं, but smart watches, I'm sorry to say, smart watches will not be allowed. स्मार्ट वॉच अलाउड नहीं होगा. ओवर राइटिंग का मैंने बता दिया बच्चों, आप लोगों को ओवर राइटिंग नहीं करनी है पेपर के अंदर में. पेंसिल से कुछ भी मार्क नहीं करोगे आप क्वेश्चन पेपर के अंदर और OMR शीट के अंदर. नो पेंसिल्स अलाउड. रफ पेपर में आप यूज कर सकते हो. आपको जो चीज लिखनी है, जो भी रफ वर्क करना है, आपको रफ शीट्स प्रोवाइड करे जाएंगे. यू हैव टू डू योर रफ वर्क इन द रफ पेपर.
So smartwatch, calculators, nothing is allowed?
No. एनालॉग वॉच चलेगा. यस, एनालॉग वॉच ही चलेगा. स्मार्ट वॉचेस वगैरह बिल्कुल नहीं चलेंगे, डिजिटल वाले नहीं चलेंगे. दे विल बी नॉट अलाउड. यस, यू विल गेट योर हॉल टिकट फ्रॉम स्कूल, बट एग्जाम डे पे हॉल टिकट नहीं लेने आना है हम लोगों को. आप यू कनेक्ट विद सिंधु मैम एंड गेट अ डेट when you will be able to collect your admit card from the school, because admit cards have already arrived. So make sure you connect with Sindhu ma'am, get your admit cards as soon as possible. No whitener, no, not at all. Janil, never do that. Whitener, big no. I'm again telling you guys, व्हाइटनर बिल्कुल भी अलाउड नहीं है एग्जाम के अंदर. आप लोग व्हाइटनर यूज नहीं कर सकते हो. ये जो पेपर हमारा इवेल्युएट होगा, OMR शीट इवेल्युएट होगी, वो 3-4 तरीकों से इवेल्युएट होगी. उसके अंदर हम स्कैनिंग करेंगे, मैनुअल स्कैनिंग करेंगे, बहुत कुछ होगा उसके अंदर. व्हाइटनर तो बिल्कुल अलाउड नहीं है गाइस. नहीं, रफ पेपर जितना आप मांगोगे उतना आपको मिलेगा. जितना आप यूज करना चाहो उतने रफ पेपर्स आप यूज कर सकते हो, बट वेस्टेज मत करना. रफ पेपर पे कोई लिमिटेशन नहीं है. यू विल बी गिवन A4 शीट्स फॉर रफ पेपर. यस, रफ पेपर पे भी आपको एक स्टैंप मिलेगा. वो इंश्योर करना कि वो स्टैंप उस रफ पेपर पे है या नहीं है, बिकॉज वो अगर रफ पेपर पे स्टैंप नहीं हुआ, देन आपने अगर गलती भी नहीं करी होगी, आपका अनफेयर मीन्स नहीं होगा. अगेन यू विल बी कंसिडर्ड फॉर अनफेयर मीन्स. सो रफ पेपर अगर आप मांगते हो, रफ शीट्स आप मांगते हो, तो पहले ही चेक कर लेना कि उसके ऊपर स्टैंप है कि नहीं है, सेंटर का स्टैंप है कि नहीं है. So yes, unlimited supply of rough papers, Kinjal. Yes, of course, सारे एग्जाम्स में आपको रफ शीट्स अलाउड होंगे बेटा. कोई भी ऐसा एग्जाम नहीं जिसमें आपको रफ शीट्स नहीं मिलेंगे, ऐसा नहीं है. रफ शीट्स आपके लिए ही है. Can I leave if I have no questions as I have? Yes, fine. Would you recommend each answer after every question or at the last all the answers? I would recommend कि जो question में हमको 100% clarity है कि this is the perfect answer I have calculated, उसको उसी टाइम डन कर दो. उसी टाइम उसको डन कर दो. अगर आपको लगता है कि लेट्स से क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 2 3 4 5 1 to 10 में आपको लगता है कि भाई मेरे को पहले के 5-6 क्वेश्चंस तो अच्छे से पता है और यही उसका करेक्ट आंसर है, सीधा उसी टाइम पे ओएमआर शीट में मार्क कर दो. बात के लिए रखो ही मत. पैनिक सिचुएशन क्रिएट करना ही नहीं बेटा, क्योंकि लास्ट में क्या होगा, हम लोग सोच रहे होंगे कि ठीक है ना, लास्ट में हम लोग तो 2 मिनट में भी इसको कर सकते हैं, 1 मिनट में भी एनसर्कल कर सकते हैं, बट वो 1 मिनट में नहीं कर पाओगे आप. माइंड में बहुत सारी चीजें चल रही होंगी और एग्जामिनर 1 सेकंड एक्स्ट्रा नहीं देने वाला हम लोगों को, पेपर खींच लेगा वो. एंड वो बहुत, आई डोंट वांट दोस काइंड्स ऑफ थिंग टू हैपन. सो मेक श्योर कि जो हम लोग आंसर्स अच्छे से पता है उसको हम पहले ही एनसर्कल कर ले. बाद में जब हम लोग बाकी क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे होंगे तो एक एक करके हम लोग एनसर्कल करते जाएं और उसको लिखते जाएं. फाइन. अच्छा, एक मेथड देखो, मैं ये भी बोल दूंगा कि आप ऐसा भी कर सकते हो कि स्टार्टिंग से जब आप क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट कर रहे हो तो जो करेक्ट है उसको तो आप फटाफट टिक करते जाओ, एनसर्कल करते जाओ. बॉक्स में अभी मत लिखना, एनसर्कल करते जाओ. जो 100% श्योर है उसके लिए बॉक्स में टिक कर दो कि ये मेरा ऑप्शन है, ये मेरा करेक्ट आंसर है. उसके बाद कुछ क्वेश्चंस बचे होंगे जिसमें आपको क्लैरिटी नहीं होगा, डाउट्स होंगे, सो उनको भी आप अटेम्प्ट कर सकते हो, एनसर्कल कर देना. जब वेरीफाई करने बैठोगे इन क्वेश्चंस को तो उसमें से कुछ क्वेश्चंस करेक्ट निकलेंगे, कुछ क्वेश्चंस ऐसे लगेंगे कि यार नहीं, ये मेरे को गलत ऑप्शन मैंने मार्क कर दिया, दूसरा ऑप्शन था. तो उसके फाइनल जो आंसर होगा एनसर्कल करके फिर बॉक्स में डाल दो तो आपका काम खत्म हो जाएगा.
हेलो सर.
1 सेकंड सत्यम, जस्ट होल्ड ऑन प्लीज. पेंसिल काव्या नहीं अलाउड नहीं बेटा, नॉट इन ओएमआर शीट, नॉट एट ऑल इन क्वेश्चन पेपर आल्सो. बेटा एग्जामिनर कुछ पता नहीं है कौन सा एग्जामिनर कहां से कैसा होगा. रेस्ट अश्योर्ड, स्कूल की तरफ से आपको फुल इमोशनल सपोर्ट रहेगा, बट डोंट एक्सपेक्ट एनीथिंग मोर फ्रॉम एनी ऑफ द टीचर्स.
सर रफ शीट में से कुछ इवैल्यूएट नहीं होगा ना?
नहीं, रफ शीट्स में से कुछ इवैल्यूएट नहीं होगा राज. यस सत्यम, आप क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हो.
सर जैसे कि अगर मैंने एक क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट किया और उसके बाद मुझे लग रहा है कि इसका आंसर मुझे नहीं मालूम, तो लाइक आफ्टर एनसर्कलिंग इट इन दी लाइक दी आंसर वाला पार्ट, कैन आई अगेन एनसर्कल इन दी हैशटैग वाला पार्ट सो दैट आई कैन लाइक
सो यू वांट टू स्किप द क्वेश्चन?
या आफ्टर अटेम्प्टिंग इट.
सो देखो, एक ये सिचुएशन तभी हो सकती है जब हम लोगों को क्वेश्चन में एकदम ही आइडिया नहीं है, क्लैरिटी नहीं है, हम तुक्के वाले क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं उसको. सो इट्स बेटर तुक्के कम ही मारो, लास्ट में ऐसी सिचुएशन को अवॉइड करो. बट अगर गलती से ऐसा कर देते हो कि मान लो आपने क्वेश्चन ऐसा अटेम्प्ट कर दिया है, एनसर्कल कर दिया, बॉक्स में नहीं लिखा आपने कभी, अगर बॉक्स में लिख दिया तो फिर वो गलती हो जाएगी वहां से, फिर वो क्वेश्चन पूरा काट देंगे वो लोग.
तो अगर बाय चांस ऐसा हुआ तो फिर हैशटैग वाले में फिर सर्कल कर देना, मतलब
हैशटैग वाले में एनसर्कल कर देना, बट उसके लिए देखना पड़ेगा सीबीएसई की गाइडलाइंस, बिकॉज़ दैट क्वेश्चन आई डोंट थिंक इट विल बी इवैल्यूएटेड.
No, but I mean the paper will not be like वो मतलब गलत तो नहीं होगा ना, मतलब वो
नहीं वैसा नहीं होगा, वैसा नहीं होगा.
ठीक है.
ठीक है. नेगेटिव मार्किंग रुशिल नहीं बेटा, ये बोर्ड एग्जाम है बेटा, ये आईआईटी और उसका एग्जाम नहीं है, तो इसमें कोई नेगेटिव मार्किंग नहीं है. सो चिल करो. रफ शीट्स आपको जो मिलेंगी वो आप को घर से बाहर, मतलब एग्जाम हॉल से बाहर ले जा सकते हो, नहीं ले जा सकते हो, ये सारी चीजें आपको एग्जामिनर या इन्विजिलेटर आपको क्लास में ही बता देगा. These things will be told to you. Rough sheets I don't think they will be allowed to take back home. घर नहीं ले जा पाएंगे हम लोग उनको. एडमिट कार्ड यस कर लो, लैमिनेट कर सकते हो आप, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं उसमें. Yes, somebody is asking कि लैमिनेट कर सकते नहीं सर. बेटा एग्जामिनर, इन्विजिलेटर या कोई भी जो देखने आएगा वो स्कूल का होगा या बाहर का होगा, दैट इज नॉट आवर कंसर्न. हमारा कंसर्न होना चाहिए कि हमारा एग्जाम अच्छा हो जाए, राइट? वैसे तो इन्विजिलेटर स्कूल के ही होंगे, सर इसमें हम सारे क्वेश्चंस अटेंड कर सकते हैं क्या? सारे क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट बेटा वैसा मत करना श्लोक, प्लीज डोंट डू दैट। ये ओवर स्मार्टनेस हमको नहीं करनी है, अवॉइड करो ये सब चीजों को, बिकॉज फिर वहां पर गड़बड़ हो जाएगी, क्योंकि फर्स्ट 45 या फर्स्ट 50 क्वेश्चंस ही हमारे इवैल्यूएट होंगे, लास्ट के क्वेश्चंस इवैल्यूएट होंगे ही नहीं। यस 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 क्रिश, इस टर्म के लिए ये वाला एडमिट कार्ड है, नेक्स्ट टर्म के लिए नेक्स्ट न्यू एडमिट कार्ड आपको मिलेगा। सो कनेक्ट विद सिंधु मैम एट द अर्लीस्ट। वो सब आप बेटा सिंधु मैम से कनेक्ट कर सकते हो। जेनिल स्कूल कोड के लिए आप सिंधु मैम से कनेक्ट करो प्लीज, एंड दैट विल बी गिवन इन योर एडमिट कार्ड आल्सो। स्कूल का कोड, स्कूल का नाम, सब कुछ आपको एडमिट कार्ड में दिखा रहेगा। इसको फटाफट एडमिट कार्ड ले लो स्कूल से एंड गेट इन टच विद सिंधु मैम गाइस। Yes, so I think इतने questions नहीं है अब। Alright guys, so all the very best. Thank you so much for attending this session. कुछ भी problem आता है, just connect with us. We are there to support you guys every time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.